Yo, what's up, guys? It's Amon from Meat the Meatless, and today we're going to talk about protein powders on a raw vegan diet. Are they good? Are they not good? What's my take on that? And with the experience that I have, are there some good ones? Are there some bad ones? Why and why not? So we're going to dive into all that today. But before we do, if you guys want to work with me one on one, I am a NASM certified personal trainer, and I work with raw vegans and high raw vegans who want to get in the best shape of their lives as quickly as possible with structured diet plans, structured workout plans. So if you're interested in that, my email will be down in the description below. So, and if you're not raw or high raw, but you want to go raw or high raw, and you want to do this, get things rocking, then this is for you as well. You don't have to already be raw or something. So, anyway, that being said, guys, okay, let's get into it. So, protein powders. Okay, now I've been taking protein powder since I was 17, and I've gone times where I went off of it just to explore and experience and so on. And I've done like fasting and all that kind of stuff. So just to see, and so I have my beliefs from experience, not just my own experience, but the experience of my clients as well. And so I have some opinions about protein powder. So let's get into it. So okay, first of all, I'm not gonna break down what protein powder is because y'all know what protein powder is, and this is not a science channel. Okay, so if you're a science, kind of a person, then this is definitely not the one for you. But this is a real experience channel. Okay, that's what it is. So you have like as a vegan, you have a bunch of different kinds of protein powder. You got pea protein powder, you got rice protein powder, you got hemp protein powder, they got pumpkin seed now protein powder. Everybody's taking protein or pumpkin seed protein powder like it's the best thing ever. You got, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. It's a little high in iron. Um, so and then you have like protein powders that are blends of different proteins, right? Different plant-based proteins. I didn't name them all. There's rice too. You know, God, I mean, there's other ones too. There's like a bunch of different ones, but those are the main ones. So when it comes to protein powders, like everyone has its own strengths. Maybe not everyone. Most of them have their own strengths and their own weaknesses. Meaning, like some proteins, like let's say pea protein lacks in a few different amino acids, and rice protein complements pea protein nicely because it has those amino acids in high levels that pea protein is lacking in. So if we take both of those two together, the amino acid ratio is very comparable to like a whey protein or something like that. Not that you're trying to compare with that. You don't need to. There's no like that's not the gold standard, right? That's just what people were already used to. So keep that in mind, right? But you got a bunch of different protein powders. Now, in trying the protein powders, one thing that I have realized is that the pre-mixed protein powder, so if it has multiple protein powders combined, if it has flavor of any kind added, if it has stevia, if it has natural flavors, if it has, uh, you know, um, probiotics, if it has all that kind of stuff, those proteins do not react well with my body at all. My God, right? So I think a lot of people don't notice because they take such a small amount. Like if all you take is one scoop a day, you're not going to notice it. You're just not going to notice it. But if you take, a decent amount of protein, if you're taking it like twice a day and you're taking like let's say like two scoops or something twice a day or something like that, or you're a bigger person, you're taking two, maybe three scoops twice a day or something like that, you'll notice what it's doing to your body. You see what I'm saying? So all of those proteins that are like almost all that are like pre-mixed with other additives in them and stuff like that. Not unnatural additives, right? But just additives in them. No good for me, in my experience. Okay. What has worked for me consistently is just to have protein with one ingredient, only one ingredient, organic, whatever the protein is, right? So, what is my preference for protein? I'm not going to discuss brands. We're not going to get into that, but I want to go into what my favorite protein powders are, and that would just be a simple pea protein, a hydrolyzed pea protein because it digests better for me, and a rice protein. Those would be my favorite two proteins. Mixing those together, in somewhere like a 50-50 ratio or a 60-40 ratio, um, is in my opinion perfect because it digests easily. I don't get gassy. I don't get bloated, and I can take it long term with no problems. Like there's no problems, literally no problems. And even if you take like if you go up to higher amounts, there are no problems. Now, I don't recommend every brand of pea protein. Like I said, I like hydrolyzed pea protein because I think it digests better. And then also, some pea proteins are too high in sugar. I'm sorry, not sugar, salt. And then some are too high in iron, and some are too high in both. So if it's like absurdly high in salt, you have to think about how much salt do you already have in a day and how much do you want. Because salt's not bad, but too much salt is bad. So you have to think about that. And then when it comes to rice protein, it's a little easier. I go for something that's raw, something that's gonna be raw, obviously. But yeah, that's it. So I'll blend the two. And when it comes to flavor, like don't try to get flavored protein powder. Flavor your stuff yourself with fruit. You know, if you're watching your fruit consumption, then flavor with a lot of low calorie fruits like berries. And it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But that's how I do it, guys. I like to keep my protein basic, one ingredient, never more than one ingredient. Um, I've never discussed this before, so I probably should have sooner. But yeah, so just wanted to let you guys know that. So if you've tried different proteins and you've had problems with them, then you know, like I said, there's a few that are okay, but for the most part, I think those are garbage, and your body will not like them. Your stomach will get all messed up and turned in knots and stuff like that. Especially if you're going over like a scoop a day. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Let me know what y'all want to see in the next one. And yeah, man, keep it vegan. Peace.